What's up, guys, and welcome to a weekday wash. So today's kind of a weird day. We only have one little job today, and we're also cleaning our Lexus because it has about 1,600 miles of dirt and grime and filth and bugs from our trip to Florida when we went to MTE last week. So wifey's actually cleaning that up, and we're going to be using some of the products from this month's... Yes, you're actually cleaning it up. And we're using some of the products from Glovebox for this month. Now, what I'm doing is polishing this trailer. This is actually a mobile meat locker trailer. It's really cool, so I'll show you that in a bit. But here are the products from Glovebox. And if you want your own Glovebox, if you want your first box at 20% off, enter code Miranda 20 and you'll get that 20% off. And you can also win a free box, and I'll let you know how you can win that later on in the video. So here's what came in this month's Glovebox. We have a couple of microfibers that came in there. We also got the little IK mini sprayer. And then we got the Car Beauty Pro Rinseless Wash and Gloss. I'm gonna mix this up like a gloss enhancer. And then we're going to use that kind of like a drying aid and an enhancer for the Lexus. Now here's what I'm working on here. This is basically a mobile meat locker trailer. In the back here, it stores meat. So it's actually a local cattle farmer, and when he slaughters some of the cattle, all the yummy meats go in here. Meats. So we're cleaning it up, and we're actually just polishing it because it did have older vinyl lettering on it, and it creates like a little halo effect from it being on there for a couple of years. So we want to remove that. Now I'm polishing around. It's really hard to see. I'll see if I can get some close-ups of the vinyl, haloing around the lettering and what we're doing and what we're using. So we're using the lithium itch batter. I know, what a funny name. But this is basically a polishing compound, and it's a swirl remover and scratch remover. So I'm using it with a Lake Country orange pad, and just, slow passes over the area, and it's getting it to an acceptable degree. And let's see if we can pick up. It's so hard to pick up. It just looks hazy. You can barely see, the lettering. So maybe you can kind of see it there. You can kind of see, where glossy parts, and then it's like a little hazy. You can see a line there. That's where the vinyl lettering was. And then as we move over to this area, it clears up, and actually the light becomes a little sharper. The reflection becomes sharper. So that's what we're doing here, is doing that removal. So there you can kind of see haziness and the lines, and then it becomes clear. Now you're seeing a little bit of warping in here because of the way that the framework works inside here as well. So that's why you see that warping. It's not clear coat, it's an enamel. You don't want to go too crazy and burn through it. So I'm just going as gentle as I can, and this stuff is working really well. It is really easy to work with, nice long working cycle, at least on this. We'll test it out on clear coat later. And the wipe off is awesome, again, on this. We'll see how it works on clear coat later. But so far, it's working extremely well. I really like it. And this doesn't have protection. It's not an all-in-one. It's basically just a polishing compound. And, you can experiment with it with different pads and see, the results you can get. Now I am gonna polish this as well. Let's see if we can get some good before and afters on this. Nice and clean. All the bugs are removed. Dirt, grime removed. Hey, did you do the wheels? You're a liar. You're a liar. You did not do the wheels.
They look great.
So I'm just putting a few ounces in here and you can use this as a gloss enhancer. I mean, actually that was like half an ounce to, I think maybe, I don't know, 10 ounces of water in here. That's probably a little bit too much because this stuff is very, very concentrated. So we're gonna use this like a drying aid. Here you go.
Are we?
Yeah, well, you are. You can just spray it on the paint, spray it on the towel, doesn't matter, and just go around the vehicle. And again, this is a rinseless wash solution, so it has multiple purposes.
Ooh, that smells nice.
Yeah, it does. So using a nice drying towel and some sort of a detail spray, it really does help with the drying process, adds gloss. Will it add protection? That might have a little bit of protection in it, but it's mainly just to maintain the protection that's already on here. Now we're not looking for perfection here or, you know, perfect swirl removal. We're basically just looking for gloss enhancement and cleaning up some of the haziness. So there you have the before and after. Yeah, cleared up. Got some clarity, got some gloss. Oh yeah, looks much better. That's just with an orange pad, a couple of light passes, nothing too crazy. Looking good. All right, so all the polishing is done. I am going to protect the black fenders, but I'm not going to put any protection on the white because vinyl lettering is going on here. They're going to wipe it down anyway, so I'm not going to put anything on there. However, let's move on to the bright work, the metals. There's not a ton to do here. I'm just going to go over them quickly to make them look good because they're in really, really good shape already. Now, as far as protection goes, I'm just going to do a spray sealant on the black fenders. And then for the metal, let's choose something, and then we'll also protect the metals. So we have a couple of options here. The Renegade series of products are really, really good. And this stuff is awesome for chrome and any of the bright metal work. This stuff is awesome for like stainless steel, like the brushed metal. And this can be basically all around. So what I'm gonna do is a mixture of, you know, a few of them. I'll use probably these two here, or maybe just one of them for the chrome pieces, and then I'll use this for the brushed metal. So the mobile meat locker is done. It is all polished. The fenders are all polished and they're looking good. And it is windy out. And I know it's kind of hard to see, but I think I got about 95% of the haloing around the vinyl letters that were there before removed from the enamel. I think it's looking really good. The gloss and the reflection is pretty decent for this type of finish. So yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. Metals are all looking nice, and the fenders, the tires, and the wheels, I didn't have to dress the tires, just a trailer, but it makes it look nice and clean and kind of makes it pop. And just cleaned around the generator and the area here, but nothing too intricate with that. Just basically clean it up because it sits outdoors anyway. So yeah, this is looking good. Lexus is done, and we had to clean out all of the consoles in here because with our trips we tend to collect a lot of sauces. Lots of Chick-fil-A sauce and Taco Bell sauce and who knows, ketchups, all sorts of stuff. So yeah, this needed to be cleaned. It needed it desperately. So Lexus is looking good, and at some point, I may be able to get to this today, we hit a deer and it popped in our fog light. I hope it didn't break it. I think it may have, but at least I can get those pretty cheap online. So I will have to, at some point, take this apart, go, behind the bumper there and try to figure out the light. I may have to take the whole bumper off, and I really don't want to do that. We'll see if we can do it without taking off the bumper. Now, as far as winning this month's detailed glove box, nothing special. Just hashtag detailed glove box down below and just let me know why you would like to try it. Do you like those types of subscriptions? And what other subscriptions do you have? I actually have a coffee one that comes in every 2 months or every month, and I get to try out different coffees. There's so many different subscription boxes out there. Let me know which ones you actually subscribe to or ones that you would like to in the future. Oh, the other one is Bespoke Post. So I do subscribe to that. Cool thing about that one is you can kind of pick and choose which months you want, and you don't have to pay monthly for it if you don't want to. You can kind of skip a month or two and choose what you want. If there's something that you just don't want, just skip it for the next month and see what comes in the next month. So those subscription boxes are usually pretty flexible, and I just think they're a good deal. You get to try out different things. So let me know down below which ones you have. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time. Take care.